So I'm just watching now some aircraft footage of the Second World War and the Spitfire and discussing the engineering that went into the aeroplane. And something crossed my mind about this aeroplane. The skills that it took to create this aeroplane, the knowledge and the understanding of engineering and the construction techniques, all of it was just stunning. How much was needed to be in place in the man's mind in order to design this plane. And then, of course, you have the men who flew the plane as well, and they had to learn the aerodynamics very thoroughly as well. So, what the point I'm trying to make is that there was something in the nature of men which inspires men to learn about complicated systems such as aircraft and propellers and wings and all kinds of issues to do with aerodynamics and firing machine guns through the propellers possibly. And basically, men seem to be able to focus their minds very clearly, very studiously on very complex issues and come up with solutions that they can then put into practice that will help them succeed. So I'm listening to the narrator talking about engineering on this aeroplane, and it is basically stunning how men are able to work out such complicated problems and find fantastic solutions that would help Britain win the war, for example. And then it got me thinking about why is it that men are so capable like this and able to come up with incredible solutions to very complex problems under intense pressure. So what is it about the nature of men that enables men to concentrate so thoroughly, to work so hard, and to come up with great solutions? I'm thinking that there's a reason why it is men who come up with these solutions. It is men who carry Britain forward. It's men who saved Britain from German invasion. And the reason that men were able to do this is because, to put it frankly, men didn't have anything better to do. Men had nothing else to take away their time and attention, concentration. Men, in a sense, live to work. And so there's nothing else for men to do apart from work. Work is what they're designed for and what they're able to do and they have time to do. Now women, on the other hand, are very capable, and I don't know how they compare to men in terms of how well they can perform a role such as aircraft engineer. That's up for debate. But the issue is that we can never find out because women will never be able to compete with men in that area of work. So during the Second World War, for example, women were simply not able to work as hard as men, as long as men, in more complex areas as men, in strange ways of working, strange hours. Women can do this. They're not physically able to do this because they were looking after children at the same time. The issue that explains the difference between men and women and why men outperform women in virtually every field you can imagine is because men don't have anything better to do. Women have children to focus on as well. That's taking their time and attention away from other activities. Men don't have this distraction, so men can focus 100% of their being on whatever it is they're doing. And this is why men excel and perform brilliantly in so many areas for work. I think that is the principal reason why men perform better than women in so many areas of work. It's not strictly because of being basically better than women. It doesn't come down to that. It's not as simple as that. There are some areas where men excel over women, and that's nature and that's the way things work. But there is not enough of a difference to explain the difference in achievement and difference in ability. Men excel far more than women because they can devote 100% of their time to their development and to their activities. Women are forced to divert their attention away from other things they do in order to care for children and to raise children and to give birth to children. That is the primary reason why women are different to men in terms of performance and abilities. Men can concentrate 100% on what they're doing. Women have to divide their attention between children who they give birth to and their activities. And so women are always disadvantaged because of that responsibility. I think this is very simple, and I'm surprised we haven't realized this. There's been too much talk about discrimination and all kinds of unfairness against women to explain their relative lack of performance, when that simply isn't it. It's about biology, it's about how things work and how things are different between men and women. And women are simply not able to work as thoroughly as men are. And that's how it is.